The Super Bowl is a meme now. This has to be one of the most ridiculous public events I've ever seen. Okay, off rip, let's start off by talking about the actual game. Not gonna lie, this game was some straight garbage, yo. Basically, Mahomes was getting blasted the entire time. Bro had zero opportunities to actually play the game because the O-line was ridiculous. And this is where the first memes come out, because people are essentially saying that the Eagles defense was playing out of their mind. I mean, I'm seeing photos of Spider-Man running from 6 different villains, and essentially Mahomes in the locker room talking to his defensive line. Bro, because if you actually watch this game, bro couldn't actually throw anything. Every time he was scrambling because his entire defensive line just couldn't guard. And I'm not gonna lie, he could have made some better plays. He threw a pick, but yeah, it's not looking good for him, bruv. And the crazy thing about losing in the Super Bowl is that the public never lets it go. Like, the internet culture is just gonna find a way to make fun of you. And that's exactly what happened to Patrick Mahomes. Because we really got some mean-spirited people going back in time to find clips of him saying that he was gonna win because he believes in himself and reposting it online.
What do I always lose at?
You don't ever lose.
That's all I need to hear. That was right. I don't lose.
I mean, it's just getting sad at this point. And I mean, if you saw the final score, it was pretty sad. And another big topic of the game was Cooper DeJean. Now, of course, people have made this about race because of the fact that the NFL was like 60-70% black or African American, and Cooper DeJean is not black or African American. Yeah, he's torching the game and he's still playing crazy. So people are talking about how he's killing the game specifically. And I mean, bro was playing out of his mind. And of course, we can't forget the ongoing memes of the refs being paid off by the Chiefs, because the same day as the Super Bowl, these RDC World guys, bro, they already had a video preloaded to drop on the day. And I mean, if you haven't seen this video, it's so outrageous. I mean, it's literally a clip of them following supposedly Patrick Mahomes while he's going into a witchcraft store to try and witchcraft his way to winning the Super Bowl. I mean, they really got clips of this man playing pickup with the refs and being buddy-buddy and friends with them. And low-key, this might be what actually happened, because in one of the first calls of the game, they really just called a little scratch a call for the Chiefs. I mean, gang, what are we doing here? What are we really doing? Like, how are we on a Wednesday? And you know, when you lose, the internet is just so unserious, and they're gonna go down and break down every single statistic and find a way to meme you. And of course, we have the famous Stephen A. If you don't know Stephen A. Smith, he's basically the top sports commentator. And bro was talking about how the GOAT debate is over. You should never compare these two again. And of course, the internet in the internet fashion is comparing Tom Brady to Patrick Mahomes. Now, if you're not familiar with American football, essentially Tom Brady is like the GOAT. He has like 7 Super Bowls. He's really good at the quarterback position. And Patrick Mahomes, he's like the heir to the throne. He's the one challenging. And essentially what's being said on the internet is that him losing the Super Bowl puts him out of the GOAT debate, because he could have been the first team in NFL history to go 1, 2, 3, 3 Super Bowls in a row. A three-peat, which has never been done before, except the GOAT MJ. I'm just saying, the GOAT MJ really pulled it off in basketball. Twice. But anyway, barring that, essentially we really had an Unk-style debate with, of course, Shannon Sharp too. Because I already know the Unks in the barbershop are going to be talking about this. And you know, the Unks are always the ones to dissect and talk about all the craziest sports news when it first comes out. Alright, so moving past that, we really had some of the most unserious Super Bowl moments ever. Because Jalen Hurts, who was essentially the MVP of the game, the man who played out of his mind to pull his team to victory, said he was going to do something after the game. Bro really said, after the game, I'm going to Disney World. Now, this is just outrageous, because imagine you're prepping and playing all this time, and you lose to this man, and you've just played your heart out. You're completely exhausted. You're donezo. It's wraps. And Jalen Hurts gets asked, what are you going to do now? Instead of like, celebrate the win, go crazy, enjoy every single day. It's really just like, yeah, bro, I'm going to Disneyland. And this man was not playing at all, because on some next day delivery, this man really actually just went to Disneyland. Like, you know that little ride that like you have to like, I think it's Tron or something like that? Bro, anyway, if you've actually been on that Tron ride, let me know, because when I was at Disneyland, I just couldn't get on it. Like, some of these rides, if you don't like pay out the big bucks to actually get like one of the best tickets, you're just cooked. And that's what happened to me. Like, I couldn't get on the Tron ride. But we really got clips of the Super Bowl champion, the Super Bowl MVP, riding around on the Tron ride in Disneyland. Like, bro. And another funny and super awkward part of the Super Bowl that's getting memed is the fact that there's an after party after every Super Bowl. But get this, it's not just one team. Both teams do an after party. So if you look at the Eagles after party, these guys are hyped. I mean, they just won a Super Bowl. They just played crazy. Obviously, when you win a Super Bowl, the whole team's gonna get hype. And essentially they were there doing their little dance like falling, sleeping, falling, sleeping. I know you wanna cry at night. Right, like, you know, that dance. You know, I'm not gonna lie, it was hype. It was hype. Like, had me hyped up watching it. But the issue is when you now look at the Eagles one and transition over to the Chiefs one, the energy was so dead. And I mean, when you see the Eagles one, everyone was hyped. They had their phone up, like they were getting hyped to the song. But then the Chiefs one was just super awkward. When I tell you, it was really just a TikTok Riz party in there. It was kind of sad. Like, it was really just people going like this. And they were just recording it just like that. Like, nothing interesting. Just this. And I mean, come on, there was not a single piece of energy in that crowd. And I mean, I can understand why. It was just kind of sad. Oh yeah, and also we have to talk about the Kendrick Lamar performance. Now, the ongoing Kendrick and Drake beef is just crazy because as we know, Kendrick dropped his infamous track, Not Like Us, which essentially obliterated Drake in 2024. Let's just be honest. So we were all essentially expecting this man Kendrick to come into the halftime show and have the whole crowd listen to him diss Drake in the Super Bowl. And I'm not gonna lie, he didn't disappoint. He really dissed that man. But throughout his performance, he was like hinting at the song. Now, a bunch of people were saying that the performance was kind of whack, so you could be the judge of that. But essentially, he just kept teasing and teasing Not Like Us. Like, bro was gonna sing it, and then he said he was gonna go slow, and then he brought in SZA, and then he finally sung Not Like Us. And it was bad for Drake, bro, because he really looked to the camera and said, "Say Drake," and smiled. Like, imagine how cooked you have to be. Like, he was even mentioning the fact that Drake had a lawsuit against the music label. Like, he was probably gonna sue for damages if Kendrick went through the whole song. So essentially, Kendrick does the song at the Super Bowl, right? He cooks this man Drake, and essentially he, you know, calls him a PDF file essentially. And had the whole crowd saying, like, it was bad. I mean, we had a clip of Duke Dennis recording it too. Outrageous. And after that, we had a bunch of skits talking about how mad Drake was gonna be after he just got cooked at the Super Bowl. And I mean, I just know he's somewhere fuming. Apparently he's on tour in Australia right now, but yeah, I would be mad. Imagine checking your phone, 20 million views on YouTube, couple million views on TikTok, just this man Kendrick calling you all types of things, dissing you. And he won the 5 Grammys too, like, holy moly, Drake is cooked. And that was just another meme to come out of the Super Bowl. Yes, the Super Bowl is just way too unserious. That's how the Super Bowl became a massive meme. Let me know what you want to see next. Join the Discord, sub to my YouTube, like and follow for more.